It's the Joel Shit Show featuring Joel Shit. Hi, welcome to the Joel Shit Show. I'm your host, Joel Shit. And today, we're going to talk about Proposition 16. Imposes new 2/3 voter approval requirement for local public electricity providers. Initiative constitutional amendment. Requires 2/3 voter approval before local governments provide electricity service to new customers or establish a community choice electricity program using public funds or bonds. Fiscal impact. Unknown net impact on state and local government costs and revenues, unlikely to be significant in the short run due to the measure's uncertain effects on public electricity providers and on electricity rates. Impone nuevo requisito de aprobación de las 2/3 partes de los votantes de los proveedores públicos locales de electricidad, enmienda constitucional por iniciativa. Requiere la aprobación de las 2/3 partes de los votantes antes de que los gobiernos locales puedan proveer servicio de electricidad a nuevos clientes o establezcan un programa de electricidad de selección comunitaria empleando fondos o bonos públicos. Impacto fiscal. Impacto neto desconocido sobre los costos y las recaudaciones de los gobiernos estatales y locales. Poco probable que sea significativo a corto plazo, a causa de los efectos inciertos de la medida sobre los proveedores públicos de electricidad y sobre las tarifas de electricidad. This is the one that has all the commercials on TV, and all the commercials say to vote yes. They call it the Taxpayers' Right to Vote Act, but this is their own made-up name for it. It's actually called... It doesn't have a title. It just says imposes new 2/3 voter approval requirement for local public electricity providers, initiative constitutional amendment. It doesn't really have a title. So the president of the California Taxpayers Association and California Chamber of Commerce are in favor of 16. And the executive director for the Agricultural Energy Consumers Association, California Tax Reform Association, and the president of the League of Women Voters, California State President of AARP, chair of the Sierra Club, and the executive director of the Consumer Federation of California are against it. Some of the things that are said is that if it passes, that it limits your choice for who provides you with electricity, which is true. People that are saying to vote yes on it repeat over and over again that the taxpayers have a right to vote. Well, they already indirectly do. They vote for the people that make these decisions. But that doesn't sound good, does it? So, if you know anyone who lives in a city with a public utility, Palo Alto, Santa Clara, I'm sure there's plenty of others, you should talk to them and you should say, hey, what do you think about this? What are your energy bills like? And they'll show it to you because they're your friend. And you'll say, wow, your rate's a lot less than what PG&E charges. And they'll say, I know. And then you'll say, so that's probably why PG&E is spending all this money advertising yes on 16. Because they will make that money back by being able to charge these other cities this higher rate. Because they can't do anything to the cities that already have a public utility. But if they make it more difficult for other cities to have a public utility, then they will be stuck with PG&E or SoCal Edison or whatever. And so, I don't think so. I'm voting no on Proposition 16. And usually I can make a case for either side. I can't make a case for voting yes on Proposition 16. When you have to dupe people into calling things like the taxpayer right to vote, that's how you know you're making stuff up, when you come up with stuff like that. That's all the time we have for today. Visit us on the web at joelshitshow.com. Email joel@joelshitshow.com.